I'm Dawn, and this is where Shabby meets Bling. I absolutely love plants, live plants, but sometimes, just sometimes, you can't have live plants in your home. Whether it's because you have small children, or pets, or just low lighting, or you're not home, enough to take care of them, but you want the look. So I'm going to show you today how to take an artificial greenery bush or an artificial floral stem and make them look like they're real, like they're growing out of dirt. And the dirt's the fun part. So we're going to take just an inexpensive pot, a pot that you don't care about. This is just like an inexpensive terracotta pot, but this will go inside other prettier things, but this will be the basis because the dirt will not come out once we put this in here. And I'm going to use artificial stems, and I've chosen very lifelike artificial stems, and we're going to take these guys and get them in here and make them look like they're growing out of dirt. So let the foolery begin. Let's pot some plants. By using a plastic dowel cake support, we are going to create a channel that's going to line up with the bottom of our pot. We need to place it in the middle where it's going to be and mark the height of the top of the pot because we're going to cut it down. And now that it's cut, we're just going to hot glue it into the bottom of our pot. Right in the center, just line it right up. I used a razor knife to cut it. Very simple, just be careful. Always be careful when you're using sharp items. Press it in there really good. And then you can see too if you're lined up, because that channel is going to give you the ability to put even longer stems through it than the pot itself if you put it into a bigger container when we're done. Now we're creating a base for our dirt. I mean, let's face it, you could fill the whole pot with dirt, but that takes a lot of resources. And here, once again, I'm using scraps. You can use floral foam if you want, as long as it's the kind you can hot glue. Some you cannot. Some will melt. And I'm just filling it in with scraps from other projects. I have boxes of this stuff. And so why not use it? So there we go. I'm ready to make some dirt. Totally filled to the top. You want it to the top because you need to cover the entire top of the pot, or it's not gonna, you're gonna see this pot inside your other pots, and we don't want that. So let's go. Let's start making some dirt. This, believe it or not, is just used coffee grounds. And after they come out of your coffee pot, I just stick mine in the air fryer and I dry them out. And this is sawdust. Yep, sawdust. And you're also going to need 2 different colors of paint. You're going to need a brown and you're going to need a black. You're going to need so much black that I don't want to use my bottle. I'm going to use paint from other projects. So we need to start mixing. I can't find my cup, measuring cup, so this is my half. And I'm using equal parts of coffee grounds to sawdust. Just lightly mix it with your hand. That's before the paint goes in. Later, you don't want to do that. I also add glue. You can use Elmer's, you can use a nice wood glue, but I add like 2 teaspoons for every half cup of water. The water comes into play in a little bit. So we start with our black paint. And in all honesty, you mix it in and it's the texture you're looking for. And just watch the texture I get, and that's what you need to look for. So you can see it already is starting to look like dirt. Just keep mixing and adding your black paint until it looks the color of dirt. The texture's there. And at this next point, you're going to want to add some brown. I mean, this is what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for potting soil dirt. That's what I'm aiming for. And just mix it in. And then, with the help of my supervisor, we're going to add water. and a little bit of that glue I told you about. More black paint and stir, stir, stir. And more black paint and stir, stir, stir. And now we've got our dirt. Before we can add the dirt on top of our prepared pot, we need to clog up that hole. We don't want any of our dirt getting in our little cylinder where we're going to be placing our stems. So a little bit of aluminum foil works great. Twist it in and leave a knob so that we can pull it out once our dirt is dry. And now we're ready to add our beautiful dirt. Since I wanted to show you in a bigger scale, this is another project I'm working on. This does not have a cylinder because I'm going to actually utilize the styrofoam itself for another project I'm working on, which I'll share with you guys too when I'm ready. When it's ready. In the process. Cover the sides, because once again, you don't want to see the rim of your container. There you have our original pot, and you will notice that's intact, our little aluminum plug, and I have gone all the way around the perimeter. You can't see the top of it when you put it in our new pot, our pretty pot, our very pretty pot. They are pretty too. So here's our dirt, nice and dry. This is a little over 24 hours. I would prefer to let it sit for 2 or 3 days to really get nice and firm. But you can see that there's a little bit of wet there, still not totally dry. Sides are great. So we're gonna sit it in the pot and we're gonna let it dry just a little bit longer before I put my stems in. And there it is. You can see it really, really looks like potting soil. I love it. Now that it's nice and dry, we're gonna add our stems. Just keep adding them and arranging them until you're happy with the outcome. I love the way this looks. It looks like a real plant. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Support the channel, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications of all of our upcoming videos. And for now, this is Dawn with Shabby Meets Bling. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.